Hey everybody, so I'm back for another review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. If you're watching this, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments or whatever. Just make sure we're all engaged and respectful to each other. All right, so Real Housewives of Potomac, boiling point, okay? Season 8, episode 16, here we go. So Candace basically goes to what I consider an esthetician, but I guess with the laser is something else, whatever, to get lasered in her private area where Kiana works and owns the shop. Okay, now then they go on. She keeps talking loud, Candace, about using, I'm only going to use this word once because I think it's kind of vulgar to say in public, but she keeps talking about her coochie, okay? Then Wendy comes in screaming, "Girl, you getting your coochie done?" Okay, so I used it twice. And I was loud as shit. And I was just like, for people who try to act so above it all the time, y'all are looking real uncouth, okay? Call me whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't like it. Anyway, then Kiana sits down and talks to them about the trip, okay? Kiana, you were very nice and very gracious to them about not having checked on you, because the bottom line is, if someone invites you on the trip, and even if you're traveling with a group and maybe some of those people you don't really know like that, more people than Giselle should have come to check on you within minutes, especially after a trip like that, and you arrive in another country just to make sure that person is okay. Okay, so get the fuck out of here. And they were like, well, we were actually really worried about you. And then they called Wendy's dumb ass on camera, just like they called her that time when she was talking about Mia. Nobody really gives a fuck about her, or whatever the hell she said. And she was like, we were actually really worried about you. And then they, called her on camera saying, I'm not sleeping with her or sleeping in the same room with her, Kiana specifically. And it's fine if you don't want to room with people or whatever, but it was the level of dismissiveness for somebody that was supposed to be her fucking friend and that is labeled for us as Wendy's friend that I have a problem with. Okay? You ain't no goddamn friend. Then to lie and say she was actually worried about you after you have talked all this shit about Giselle and she's the only one that checked on her. You may have unintentionally given Giselle an ally if this girl comes on next season. Because there is nothing worse than dogging somebody out that you don't like, and then that person, just by accident, ends up being nice enough to check on somebody. And we know Giselle don't really have a nice bone in her body. She just came in there to make sure she was okay. And y'all her friends and didn't do that. And by that point, it had been hours. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Friends like y'all, who need enemies? Anyway, so also this is why I tell y'all about this bullshit, throwing this colorism word and term around. This has become so reignited or ignited in the black community as if black people can pass for white. Black people who are black people in this country, it is not like it was in the 19th century when there was like a slave that was very light, but you knew they were a slave and they tried to escape and they helped other black people escape. Okay? We're not talking about that anymore. You can't really pass as white. Okay? I mean, like, that's not what even albinos can't do that. And the way we consider blackness, those people who want to go around and be white, they can go around and just say they whatever. I don't give a fuck. But this, to talk about colorism so cheaply, especially on these reality TV shows, is a waste. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. Because black women on these bullshit reality TV shows now crying colorism, especially on this show, is some bullshit. I meant what I said and I stand in it. I'm not taking it back. Now, if they really believed, and by they, I mean Candace and Wendy, if they really believe the bullshit that they were saying they experienced based on colorism with this group of women, and then you invite Kiana on this trip, who's, a brown-skinned girl, a brown-skinned woman, and wouldn't you, as the quote-unquote brown girls, the chocolate girls, wouldn't you keep an eye on her just to make sure she felt comfortable, welcomed, safe, and just in case Giselle, Robin, and whoever else did something, you would be there to take up for her? No. You didn't. You wanna know why? Because you didn't care. And you didn't care because you really don't believe that shit. Y'all bitches, the bottom line is Giselle and Robin are two raggedy ass, hoe ass bitches hold it on a shoestring budget. I don't care how much money they make, because they don't know how to fucking manage it, even with a Bravo check. And all these chicks on these reality shows are fucking mean. Even the nice ones are still mean. That's how they get on there. Anyway, and I'm just not here for it. Okay, so just miss me with the colorism bullshit, period. And y'all who actually care about the issue of colorism are doing it a grave injustice when you keep misapplying it to bullshit shows like this. Anyway, so Candace bringing up Real Housewives of Potomac. Candace bringing up Robin, calling things defamation at the table, which is stupid. I don't even think Robin can spell defamation. And she says she know. Well, I don't know based on all them court records from Juan. Anyway, and she says she knows plenty of things Robin has said that is defamation. And they were like, "What is it?" She was like, "I'm gonna hold it. I didn't know we were gonna get it this quick. I thought we was gonna get it at the reunion, but we'll get back there." So Giselle's daughter Grace is leaving for college. They're packing her stuff. I honestly didn't understand the structure and the order. Did they both fly down there? She was like, "Me and your dad are gonna meet there. I'm gonna stay in the hotel, and then we're gonna drive over to campus." It just didn't make sense to me. But nevertheless, her daughter's leaving. Seeing the sisters hug reminded me of when that was the case for me. But we actually drove my sister to college, and went with her to her dorm or whatever. But I understand everybody doesn't want to do that. And there were a lot of tears. So, good for Grace. All right. So Robin and Charisse are meeting up at Robin's house. And Ashley. Okay. Apparently, Robin hasn't invited them to her home before. Or Charisse to her home before. Because they all came in like, "Oh, this is nice." And I'm like, "But y'all supposed to be friends." Oh, okay. Anyway. So Ashley walks up to the house and says, "Wow, that grass looks thirsty." And I hate to laugh because Ashley is just so nitpicky and bitchy. But considering that it's Robin, it's probably true. Anyway, Charisse tells the story of how when she had a masseuse come to her house, she didn't go to like a spot, whatever, people do that. And after he was done, he asked her if she wanted a vaginal massage. And she was like, "You will never come back to my house again." Honestly, I would have found my bat because I keep one. Just in case anything ever happens, enough to fuck somebody up. And I wouldn't even trusted him to pack up his shit. You doing too much. Now, Ashley, of course, takes this story and extrapolates it, and whoever's in editing tries to throw it back to when she said she was asked if she ever paid for vitamin D. And I'm like, clearly she said no. Clearly she was grossed out. And she was like, "Well, rich old women pay for things like that all the time." Ashley, you're a whore who fucked your way with a man who probably has a penis the size of a peanut. Okay, and dealt with it for years because you're trying to fill that hole in your life without your white father being in your life. And it's pathetic. So I'm going to need you to pull back, baby girl. Pull back off of other people. So Charisse, Ashley, and Robin are all talking about Karen having Berna as a trainer. People train with their friends who are in shape. You do not have to be a personal fitness trainer. Okay? For somebody to help you, an ex-NFL player. You know how hard it is to play football? The fuck out of here. And what does it matter to you? It was just so petty and catty. Like, what do y'all care? Y'all afraid she's sleeping with her? Y'all afraid she getting something that y'all ain't? Because we know y'all three ain't getting none. All right. Anyway, so Charisse is going to have a crab boil and invite Jacqueline. Like, Charisse gives a fuck about them repairing their friendship, but okay. Then we get Nneka. It's still talking about conceiving, and I hope she can. Honestly, it just seems like to me that once her husband is home regularly and she stops pressuring herself, she'll be okay. I just think she just keeps going in Nigerian culture, this and the other. It doesn't even seem like her and her husband really loved each other. It almost seems like an arranged marriage, like something that just had to be done. And I mean, I can't tell anybody about their cultural sort of makeups in that way, but I am saying at some point you got to live your life. And if you just having a kid because people expect you to have a kid, and this is somebody y'all haven't even lived together long, Nneka, that's all I'm gonna say. So Karen and Giselle meet at Karen's house. Good, because you need to be able to kick Giselle's dumb ass out. So Giselle says Karen has been very supportive with her daughter going to college, especially during this time in her life. So instead of just leaving it at she's really grateful, she starts to complain about not having cookies from scratch. She starts trying to get Karen to go to Sharice's house, knowing they don't fucking get along. See, this is what I'm talking. See, this is why y'all ain't got to make shit up on Giselle. This is why everybody should just cut this bitch at her knees. She's so easy to get. But y'all just let her keep being messy. I don't get it. Because let me tell you something, I don't keep people close. And when I cut you, I cut you. It's no coming back. Because I think I am a really good friend. If I consider you a friend and we've gotten close. Which is rare, that I let people in close. So when you've crossed me, that's it. Learn them lessons. Anyway, so Sharice is giving her 2 cents. Oh yeah, Karen didn't respond to the invite. She says Ray has an allergy. We all know Karen be lying and making shit up. Whatever. I would have just said no. I wouldn't even said anything. Just fuck you. So Sharice is giving her 2 cents about Candace finding reasons not to like Robin. Okay, so that conversation, her talking already started off wrong. She says Robin has been nothing but supportive. Bitch, you don't know that. Hell, I know from watching this show. Robin has been less than supportive. Not to mention the way they talked about Candace like a dog when she came on this show, when Monique had her back. And Sharice is up there asking Candace dumbass questions like, oh, did your mother buy your ring? Bitch, fuck you. I can't stand chicks like that. And it was all just going in on her for what she had, based on her family, all this other bullshit. Anyway, so if somebody did that to your husband when you were married, Sharice, would you have let that go like that? I think not. Because you and Karen still beefing over something we don't even understand. Okay, so miss me. Y'all can say, I don't care how many clips Bravo shows back where she was like, no, I don't think that's what he meant, and I think da-da-da. When she got to that reunion, it was like when K. Michelle said that shit to Rashida. And she was like, nope, you had my back on camera until the episode started to hit. And then we went to Sweet Valley High. And that's exactly what fucking happened. Robin came under that pressure from Giselle, because that relationship is more important to her, and kept up the fucking lie. You are not going to play me like I did not watch those episodes last season. Get the fuck out of here. So Kiana shows up. I don't know why. I mean, I guess she's trying to get on the show. She would probably be a breath of fresh air because she actually comes off as nice. Because there's been a lot of moments where she could just kind of read people. And we know that Ashley's dumbass, ugly friend, Deborah, tried to read people and it turned out stupid. We know Sharice hasn't been able to get back on because she just does not register well with the audience. Like, Kiana seems like she's actually a decent person. Like, she does. So Jacqueline shows up because she's invited, and her and Sharice are friends. I always find that weird. Just weird. Just weird. I'll leave it there. So Giselle tells her that Jacqueline shows up, and they ask about her and Mia, and Giselle tells her that Mia said y'all were good. Jacqueline was like, that was 2 months ago. She said that, and it ended with a fuck you. Giselle then follows up, of course, and says, oh, I thought you were going to say it ended with I fucked a rapper. Based on what Karen said that Giselle trashed her for and started acting like she was taking up for Mia. This fake ass bitch is the origin of so much chaos and confusion. I can't stand it. I don't know why y'all weak ass bitches have not just fucked her over. If only Alliance for a season, get this bitch. But no, y'all let the bully who ain't got no man year in and year out, didn't always want to tell somebody about her relationship. Maybe one thing is she was just, just doing her own thing. Okay, and let me tell you something. Giselle not having a man with some girls leave, she gonna be even worse. But she just a mean bitch anyway. Now, Giselle brings up how Jacqueline and Mia aren't good as soon as Mia shows up and sits down in a fucking chair. Giselle starts to tell her this. And Mia says, we have stuff to talk about that doesn't involve anyone else at this table. Facts. It doesn't need to be discussed with or around everybody. Giselle and her fake ass, okay, starts saying how she wants these two to get to a better place. They had a 30-year friendship and then they blew up. Yes, they blew up when they was around y'all bitches. So the Crabs apparently lacked Old Bay. Now, I think Robin was polite about it. And she says, can we get some Old Bay or whatever? I don't know how the hell you cook crabs and boil them without adding seasoning to the water that the crabs are in and seasoning them before they get in there. That's not supposed to happen. The only thing you should have to add after that is butter, if you cook them right. Okay? Now, that being said, Ashley, you're like, what? How come it doesn't have this? How come it doesn't have that? I wouldn't say anything. I was almost on y'all side. But the problem is y'all allow, and then y'all go to people's houses. And this ain't the first time this season that Ashley's done that. Well, how come we didn't have this? How come we didn't have it? Why don't you take your black ass home? How about that? Anyway, so Jacqueline explains to Mia, because they go down to the basement or something so they can have a discussion. Jacqueline explains to Mia that she did some evil shit and took it too far. I agree. All right? Now, Mia said, I was actually responding. And I was like, responding to what? I was expecting something deep. She was like, well, you said I needed more dick. I said, bitch, what? Is that what this is about? No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Cut it the fuck out. Anyway, you know that was a regular dig when you have a fight. Girl, bye. Miss me with that bullshit. And Jacqueline was like, that was a joke. That clearly was a joke. Somebody says, oh, she needs more dick. You know what that. Like, Mia, stop. Just fucking stop, okay? Anyway, then Mia goes on, because you know she just can't help herself with her lies and all that shit. Mia says, imagine being a 65-year-old man married to a younger woman. How would that make you feel? And Jacqueline just stops and goes, why are you saying 65? Gordon's like 72. Yes. She was like, and I'm just sitting up here like, Mia, are you just stupid? Or are you just a liar? Or are you just a stupid liar? And I know it's the third one. You're a dumbass liar. What the fuck? Anyway, Jacqueline confirms the story that she, told us about, but she says, I didn't find out until years later. Mia, you could have also told her how you felt. This wasn't all necessary. No, I don't think that blow up on the trip is about that any more than Mia doing crazy stuff any other time. So no. And clearly this is something that they both were aware of. So it's not like you couldn't have come to talk to Jacqueline. And so Mia's just like, hug it out. And Jacqueline was like, I'm not ready. And that's how I know there is more to this issue, that Jacqueline is probably gracious enough not to say on camera. Just like she told her that day when she said she needed dick. She was like, there's a lot of stuff I could have said. I bet you could have. I believe you. Anyway, so Sharice decides she can't help but to be messy and says she's noticed that Candace and Robin didn't speak, but they went to the Dominican Republic together. Now, once she said that, I was like, that is a good point. Y'all can travel together and this. Anyway, so Candace says, well, I was privy to information that essentially Robin has given. And then Robin pulled that time where Portia did that. Who said that? Who said that? And it was you. She was like, what information? What information? With that fake ass look on her face that I told y'all about before. And Candace says she shared our private text messages with a blogger, of all people. They live to expose this stuff. Like, that's what she meant. And she wanted to hurt Candace. That's the bottom line. All right. Then Robin admits to it and says, I didn't show her we're no longer friends. Bitch, you could have just said that to whoever was asking. Get the fuck out of here. So Candace calls her a hypocrite. And then she started doing that same dumb shit when she did with Karen. Okay, just that. When she was flowing around in circles in Austin, Texas, wherever the fuck they were. Well, I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, you are, bitch. You are. And Sharice got it so wrong. Because you up here acting like Robin is the victim in this situation. No, she's not. Robin is a victim of Juan in that situation that she walked back into, got married again. Doing that relationship was shit all these years. So you get divorced from him and then, huh? Anyway, Sharice starts banging on the table to get them to start arguing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I thought that was going to be between Jacqueline and Mia. Mia said, ooh, we're about to get kicked out. And that's why I can't even stay mad at Mia long, because Mia always ends up doing something funny and stupid. Giselle said, I think she's drunk. And I said, kind of like our beginner's review. As much as I don't want to give it to Giselle, I actually think that may be the case. Anyway, that's all I have, and I will talk to y'all soon. If there's any shows y'all know, I've been watching Bold and Bougie. Tamika and Gosha. Let me tell y'all something. Malaysia, you was messy for bringing that friend talking all that trash to them people at the table. That 2 people got up and left. Y'all need to quit picking on Princess because she don't want to get loud and argue with people in public. I understand that's not y'all's place. That's who she is. Gosha, you know good and goddamn well when Tamika told you, you were like, you're going to die single, you're going to be married to your house. She said, well, it surely won't be a woman. Don't try to act like y'all weren't already in a battle. Don't try to act like Tamika's anti-gay because of that. She said that shit, y'all were in an argument, y'all were in a fight, and then you tried to turn it into something else. Both of y'all, 2 sides of the same coin. And Tamika, you need to work on your delivery and just work on sometimes not saying nothing. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.